It started all back in about 1950. That's when I started understanding what the Spanish tradition was all about and training the reined cow horse. I think my passion for what I do revolves around knowing the horse. Now to me, I never did want to be noted for the best trainer, the best showman. I wanted to be noted for a good horseman. Dictionary tells you a good horseman is skilled in his riding and he loves his horse. I think today there's a lot of skilled horsemen out there, but I'm not so sure they love the horse. Now when I say loving the horse, I think to train a horse, you gotta be as smart as the horse to start off with. He has a heart and a mind and a feelings just like we do. He learns through repetition. Just like I went to school, first grade, second grade, third grade. In other words, steps. And if you take that away from him, or if I didn't follow the steps in school, I would flunk. I remember my father took me to the state fair, which one was California, which was one of our bigger shows. And I saw some good horsemen there, the likes of Ora Rhodes, Ronnie Richards, Jimmy Williams, Clyde Kennedy. All of these are in the Hall of Fame. My dad took me and watched the stock horse class, and I knew after watching that class, this is the business I wanted to be in, and this is what I wanted to do with my life. And so right now I can look back. We're talking about probably 60 years I've been doing this, and I'd have to say this: I don't think I train a horse any different today than I did back then. You know, I rode with some of the best reinsmen on the West Coast, you know, showing, riding, and learning from them. You know, I know I made a lot of mistakes along the way, but through watching them, you know, I had, at that point, the old people, they were real selfish in telling you anything. It was kind of a big secret, so I had to just watch and observe them, and I'd ask questions once in a while. Once in a while I'd get an answer, and I like what they were doing, because I liked the way their horses were performing. The horses looked like they were looking forward to their job. They weren't nervous. They showed good manners, and I wanted to train a horse that way myself. I ride a horse a lot, train him a little. That's my style. I mean, if you go out there and drill a horse every day, one maneuver or another, pretty soon there ain't no way, because he's got feelings and he's got a heart, that he's going to accept all of this and look forward to his ride and stay quiet. I want a horse to be very responsive, balanced, and looking forward to his ride. The whole part of what I do is not try to advance that horse before he's ready. Follow the steps. From there, each day you might try to move him up into another step. But if it isn't there, you better be smart enough. He's missed a step somewhere, and all you're going to end up doing is put more pressure to him, and you got to back away. If you advance him into a step he's not ready for, you better be smart enough to work on that foundation and drop him back a step. You advance a horse like that through steps. And that's why, you know, I like the Spanish tradition, because that's what it was all about. I've been blessed with some awful good horses in my lifetime. Horses that were athletic, good minds, followed my steps, that they could understand, and was successful in the show pen. I'd have to say that one little horse that I got out of the wild, a mustang, probably showed me how to understand a horse better than any horse I ever trained. I knew he was limited. I knew he could only do so much, but it was all about me reading that horse. Horse don't talk to you in words. He talks to you through feel. What he does with his face, his ears, his feet. And this little horse, he showed me every day that I can do this much. I can't do any more than that. And that probably gave me a better understanding about horses that I train today. I'm gonna take them to a point that I know they understand in the training. If they don't, I've got to put a lot of pressure to them. I'll leave that to somebody else. The whole purpose of the Snaffle bit Futurity, when I designed it, was to take the horse through the steps, the Snaffle bit, hackamore, 2-rein, and the end result is really what I was hoping would take place, which today it's probably our greatest event we have today in the show pen is the world's greatest horseman competition, or the bridal spectaculars. To see these horses being rode straight up in these Spanish bits and doing what they're doing. These horses have had to have a good foundation at a younger life to preserve them for the end result. And that was the whole purpose of designing the Snaffle bit Futurity. As the Futurity went on, we started having the hackamore Futurity and the bridal sweepstakes to show what tradition was all about, bringing those young horses on. I don't think you ever learn all about training a horse. I think it's based on how far you want to go with that horse, how good you want to make him. And again, you can only make him as good as he wants to be. And you have to learn to read that in every horse you ride. I don't train every horse the same. I have to adjust because, again, the great Jimmy Williams, Hall of Famer, says, there really ain't no set way to train a horse. You have to be smart enough to read that horse and adjust to that individual. My name's Bobby Ingersoll. I train reined cow horses.